today I'm going to be doing this look. This for me is an everyday makeup look. So this is what I would wear if I'm going on a day out with my husband and my daughter, like a little family day out. So yeah, if you want to know how I created this look, keep watching. Okay, so I've already done my brows. I have done them a little bit different from how I usually do. I usually use either a brow pencil or a brow pomade. So today I have just gone in with a powder, which I don't think I've used a powder on my brows since I was probably about 16, 17. Because I'm wanting to go for a bit more of a natural brow, and then I've also put some brow gel through to try and create like a little bit of fluffiness, but I don't have much brow. Like I just have naturally quite sparse brows, so my brows can only ever be so fluffy, but I'm giving it a go. I'm like trialing it for today. It's the first time I've done it, so we'll see how that is. So I've already put the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 120 on my lid, and then just carved out my brow a little bit with it. So now I'm just going to go in with the base. I'm trying out the Fenty Beauty foundation at the minute. The first time I wore it, I had no primer on because I just went to the counter and wanted to try it out. So she just put it all over my face, and I was travelling. I went down to Slam Dunk Festival with my friend, so we were travelling from Dundee down to Leeds, and we stopped over in Edinburgh, and that's when I tried it. So I had it on my face for about 5 hours with no primer, and it completely separated. By the time I got to the hotel, I had to take it off. So I'm gonna try it again today. So actually, I think I will use the Fenty Beauty primer. I got a little tiny sample of it, so we'll try that, because like I said, I've mentioned in my other videos, I've been wearing Studio Fix Fluid for about 6 years. I'm wanting to try something that doesn't feel as heavy on my skin, and I feel like the Fenty is not, it doesn't feel as heavy. It's not as thick. Like it's a lot more of a liquidy foundation. Just gonna go in with a damp beauty blender and blend that through. I feel like it does cover, because I've got a lot of pinkness in my skin. I feel like you can really build it up, but it doesn't go on like mega thick. I feel like you can still see my skin through it. Don't know how anyone else feels about it. I definitely feel like it's a little bit like a step up from Face and Body. Is that just me, or am I just so used to like a really thick foundation? So watery, like it. If I do that, it drips down my hand, which obviously Studio Fix does not do at all. It is really quite thick. I think it's definitely watery, but it's quite a dry foundation. I mean, it's matte, but like Studio Fix is matte, but I feel like this is like a lot drier. Like it is a very matte. Just gonna spot conceal, because this concealer is a thick concealer and you don't want to get it anywhere else on your face. So just these little scars that I've got. I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender and just dab over the top. Next I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 120. And I love like that this has got one of these little wands on it. It makes applying the product so much easier. I also find that this is really nice because it doesn't crease as much. Probably because it's more matte, because the Pro Longwear does have a little bit of moisture into it. And although it's sitting under your eyes and you probably do want that, I feel like because it's got that moisture in it, it kind of moves. Even after you've set it, it still moves. Still look great. Right, and just blend that. I got the absolute fear when I got given this one, because she did try it on me, but she only tried on one shade. I'm working at MAC. We are always trained to try 3 shades at least. Like you always want to try 3 shades on a client just to make sure you get the correct one. And she only tried one on, and then I bought it because I just didn't even think about it until my friend was just like, she only tried one shade on you, you know. But that's probably just how the different companies sell their products. That's down to different training. That it's not, she's not done anything wrong by doing that. She worked for a different company than I did, so obviously they're going to have different training methods and ways that they colour match, things like that. I don't know what Fenty's way of doing it is, but that's what my experience was of it. But I really like it. It's a nice colour. When I had it on my hand, I was like, oh no, I think this is going to be far too dark. But it actually goes on the skin a lot lighter. I'm not someone who gets mega dark under eyes, but I mean, I'm a mum of a toddler and I'm a bad sleeper, so a certain amount of under eye bags is going to happen. And this is really good. I don't have to colour correct or anything. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to bake with my Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder in Translucent, and I've nearly ran out. I absolutely love this powder. I can't decide whether to try out as well the Jeffree Star loose powder. Has anyone tried it? Let me know. I've seen really good reviews, to be fair. So this is the Illamasqua I can never say this one. Precision Gel Liner. And it just looks like this. I actually picked this up in TK Maxx for a £5 because I absolutely love a bargain. Yeah, so I was well chuffed with that. I think I got this one, which is a smaller pot, and I got the bigger pot too, which I've got in my kit, but I never really use it on clients that often. I always tend to go for a this one, the MAC Brush Black, because it's just so much more convenient and easy to use on clients, and I know it stays really well because I've wore it for like years and years and years. So when I apply my liner, I always look downwards into a mirror. So just starting on the outer corner. Okay, now I'm going to get the other eye matching. Wish me luck. There we go. So now I'm just going to run some bronzer through the crease, just because although I'm not doing like a full-on eye look, I want to create a little bit of like contouring on the lid and not just have this big blank space. So I'm just going to go in with the medium tan mineralized skin finish and a fluffy brush, and just blend that through my crease just a little bit, just to add some dimension. I'm just using a Rimmel London 100% waterproof mascara in black. So now I'm going to apply some duo glue onto my lashes. I've had these lashes, they're Doll Beauty lashes, but I've had them a while, so I can't actually remember which ones they are, but they're just quite fluttery and just lovely. Lashes is another thing that a lot of people have told me they struggle with. I would say my top tip for applying lashes and not have them moving about and you know, pinging off and things like that, things that people struggle with, is to make sure to trim them. It took me years of wearing lashes to realise you're supposed to actually trim them. So, you know, some sets of lashes, they come quite long, and you just need to trim them down to your eye size. Like I've got 2 different sized eyes, I've now learned. One of them barely needs trimming and the other lash literally needs like trimming in half. So I've got totally wonky eyes, but that's fine. So yeah, make sure to trim them down to your eye size, and that'll stop them pinging off down here and on your inner corner if that's something you struggle with. Another thing I hear from people, that it kind of, they go to put the lashes on and it moves everywhere, and then that's when they end up with their eyelash stuck to their eyebrow and things like that. The reason it's like moving everywhere is because the glue is too wet. You don't want it too wet, because it will just slide as soon as you put any pressure on it. So yeah, that'll probably be my top tips for applying eyelashes. There we go. Lashes on. And with lashes, I would do the same as what you do with liquid liner, and just look down to do it so you can still see, but you're not kind of like squinting and moving and blinking and stuff like that. So now I'm going to remove my bake. So I'm going to use a big fluffy MAC brush and the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light. I really like this powder because it has got minerals in it, so it gives a beautiful glow to the skin. Now I'm going to go in with the medium tan bronzer again with the same brush and just bronze, and I'm just going to go basically on the cheek and around the side onto the temple. I've been being a little bit lighter handed with my bronzer recently. I felt like I was going through a phase where I was going too heavy, and you know when it takes you to look back on photos and be like, not sure on that look. Like we all go through phases where that when we look back with it, we're just like, oh god, that was terrible. So I did that for a few months, and now I'm just like, brilliant. Using the NYX Cosmetics Professional Makeup Highlight and Contour Pro palette, and I'm going to use, oh, I'll get in it. Going to use this shade here, the most used shade. So I'm just putting that just under my bronzer, just where I can feel that cheekbone. Again, don't want to go too heavy with it. I've learned from my past mistakes of going too heavy. Just contour my nose a little bit. See, I don't know, I really love a matte foundation. Like that is my go-to, love a matte foundation. But I don't know if I think this Fenty is too matte. Is that possible? I just feel like it's definitely clinging around here, but like I said, I've already got a breakout there, and it's at that like kind of dry stage, because it's like nearly healed now, so that's gonna have texture anyway, because I know I've got dryness there. But like, don't know, it just, my skin just looks, I know I've used a lot of powder and I've baked. Maybe I shouldn't bake with it. Maybe this isn't the kind of foundation and concealer you can bake with. You're gonna have to let me know what you guys think, how you guys get on with it. I can't decide, I'm so 50-50, and my sample's not gonna last much longer. So now I'm gonna highlight using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit. This is the one that's broken. I keep forgetting that I've also got the Moonchild in a drawer in my bedroom that I just haven't used yet, but that's also broken. That arrived to me broken. Got it in a sale, Beauty Bay sale. Arrived to me broken. So I'm just using the Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion brush with a bit of Fix Plus. Just putting that above my bronzer. These lashes are really nice too, because they're not so long that you can't wear your glasses with them. So anyone who's a glasses wearer who struggles, have a look. I wish I could tell you which set of lashes they are, because I love them. But I've just had them that long. I've just had them that long that I just can't remember. I don't still have the packaging, because when I've got lashes that I have already wore a few times, I tend to get rid of the packaging and kind of put them all together in one case. Squished in. Oops. I just feel like, because this foundation feels and looks so powdery, I feel like it's showing texture, and it just doesn't look, the products over the top, the powder products over the top of it just don't feel like they're blended as smoothly as I would like. But they're the same products I always use. Like as I'll say again, I don't go from product to product to product. I stick to certain products that I like. So it's not, I know it's not them products. I feel like it is the foundation, but then what if it's the concealer? But I bought that one and I want to use it before I get a new concealer. Oh, I think it's just the foundation. I think it is just the foundation, because it's not where I've concealed that. It's just around here where I feel like it's clinging a little bit and looking a little bit dry. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with blush, which is the MAC Cosmetics powder blush in the shade Melba. This one. And going in with that same fluffy brush again. And I'm just kind of patting it on. I've usually always like blend it on, but I've seen a few people do it like this recently, and I really like it, and it actually shows up really well. Today I'm going to be wearing Lime Crime Beat It. Really like the Lime Crime liquid lipsticks. I think they sit really comfortable. They're really nice to wear. I've had this one for a while though, so I think it's near the end, to be honest. Yeah, this is going on like dry. This is really near the end. Like this, I'm struggling to get any on the little spongy applicator, but I have had it about 2 years, probably longer than I should have had it. Is that, oh, I'm just gonna pop on a little bit of Fix Plus, just in the hopes I can get a little bit of moisture into this foundation. Never thought that I would be saying that a foundation is too matte for me, but there we go, doused it. So hopefully when I go run errands, I'm not gonna just come back looking like a pork scratching.